All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
Young man, you're going to grab the mic and you want to tell us who you are, and we're going to get it started.
You want to glass?
Grand Rising, everyone. Hope I have an amazing day. My name is Dion Ali Stoddard. I'm a Bear Candy consultant. I've been doing that since like December 2020. Got in this business and tapped to my alter ego, my freak side, to be honest, period. I also do motivational speaking as well, and I'm also tapping to government contracts. So just another thing that I do. So yeah, that's it right now. I'll talk later. What else I got?
Okay. You don't hear me? Yeah. Okay. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Good. All right. My name is Nadina Jackson. I am a creative producer. I'm also a poet and spoken word artist. I do a lot of community work. Specifically for here tonight, I'm here to talk about polyamory, what it is, what it ain't, dispel myths, answer questions. I got a nice little polyamory 101 kind of situation or skill, so I can give you kind of the basics and the rundown in terms of my own experience. I've experienced monogamous and polyamorous relationship structures, but I'm really interested in relationship diversity, which means there's more than one way to be in relationship with people. There are various ways to do that. So, I'll stop there. Ooh, it's under the umbrella, relationship diversity.
I know a couple people who have.
Hello, everybody. My name is Leah Marie. I'm a board certified sexologist here in Pittsburgh. I do a number of different things. I'm hosting workshops, doing speaking engagements, writing articles for Cosmo and GQ. And we have Central here tonight. We are offering sex toys and ring tickets for testing. So we have our meeting, you can do that. And I have our wonderful nurse practitioner here that's going to talk to everybody about that. Hi, everybody. Alright, come right here. I'm short. Alright, so my name is Caitlin. I'm a nurse practitioner at Central Outreach. I do family medicine and infectious disease. And there has been an increase in our community in HIV. So I'm here today to make sure everybody knows that PrEP is for everyone. Previously, it was marketed for the LGBTQ plus community, and it's for everyone because everyone is at risk. And why do I say that? We'll take the scale out of my mouth really quick because it's impairing my speech. Thank you. Thank you. So we don't know everything our partners do 24/7, right? We don't know where they're at, what they're doing, and people make time to do whatever they want. And the only person's health you're responsible is for yours. So with PrEP itself comes in different forms. It's over 99% effective against the sexual transmission of HIV. And it's also over 74% effective against the transmission via IV drug use. So even if your partner may not be sexually active, what if you didn't know they were engaging in drug use? Then they would also be at risk, right? So a lot of times we find out way too late. And in our community, we do have an issue where people are not very forthcoming when it comes to their sexuality. So you also may find out too late that your partner is also interested in other partners that may be of the same sex. And they may not, all the time right before sex, who in here gets tested with their partner? And it says, hey, I need to see your results prior to me having sex with you. Anybody here?
Yes.
I did it at my last relationship. I didn't do it before I was married. I got divorced. I had other relationships, but I didn't have the courage all the time to ask my partner what was going on because I wasn't confident in myself. And I didn't want to deter or make that person upset, but a lot of women do that. A lot of men do that too. They don't find out until too late. So you need to know your status. We are out here. You get free sex toys. She has all the great sex toys, like all of them. Please come get tested. It's very discreet. We offer PrEP for everyone. So it's not just marketed for one community. It's, again, very effective. It has minimal side effects. I would monitor you and provide it to you every few months. With that, you'll also get STI screening with one of my colleagues, and I would do your screening, get your results. You'll come to me through the mail. They go out to a lab, I get everything back. I'll let you know if you need treatment. I'll send it to you. There's just so much we have to offer, but a lot of times our community doesn't know about everything that we're offering. And I'm here and I'm using my brown face for good because I want to know that this is safe and it's effective, and I want to protect all of our people.
Keisha, that's her last ring. My mom's cut off. That's her last ring. Okay. If any of you offer to buy my mom a drink tonight, you're not invited here no more.
Don't worry about it, Greg.
Hey, Greg. You say you want to start talking about, all right, cool, what it is, what it's not, all the things, and sort of questions will come.
Okay, cool. So this is, like I said, polyamory 101, whether it's something that you're interested in or not, right? So, the topic of the conversation is let's talk about sex. But polyamory actually has nothing to do with sex. Okay, that's number one. People have this myth that people who are polyamorous are sex crazed, can't control themselves, but it's very much not like that. It's sex inclusive, sure, it can be, but you can be celibate, you can be abstinent, you can be asexual, or you can be having lots of sex regularly and be polyamorous. So sex and polyamory ain't the same thing. So I'm going to start kind of broad and then work my way to specifics. Okay, so if you look at relationships and ways of relating, you kind of have two big buckets. One is monogamy, right, where you're dealing with one person at a time. And then there's the other bucket that's called ethical or consensual non-monogamy. And under that umbrella is several things. So this can be talking about everything. I'll get into polyamory, but it's helpful to know other things because people confuse certain things with polyamory and it ain't that. So within ethical non-monogamy or consensual non-monogamy, first, what makes it ethical or consensual is grounded in morals, principles, and ways that govern your behavior. You ain't just all willy-nilly all over the place, right? So, and then also what makes it consensual is that people that you're engaging with know what's going on. They know what type of time you on, you know what type of time they on, everybody's informed, and you're transparent about that. Right. So some people say that polyamory is just cheating with permission. But that's not true because what is cheating? Cheating involves being secretive and deception. It involves sneaking. With polyamory, you're not doing that. Everybody is informed about what's going on. So just a few things under the ethical non-monogamy umbrella. Swinging, okay? That's when couples like to get together and sometimes swap partners sexually. It's transactional, largely based on sex. Monogamish, that might mean you have your partner and y'all might like to have a threesome occasionally. That's monogamish. Open relationship, right? You and your partner, y'all are together rocking out. Y'all may have desires or choose to engage in primarily sexual relationships with other people. So in open relationships, usually that person ain't trying to develop feelings for another person. They're not trying to go out on dates, but that can happen. But it's usually just based on wanting additional sexual partners. And then polygamy, that's under the umbrella. So that's a person having more than one spouse. So polygyny, that's a man with more than one wife. Polyandry, a woman with more than one husband. And then you have polyamory, and it's simply the ability, skills, and desire to be in an intimate relationship with more than one person at a time. So monogamy, one person at a time. Polyamory, you have the ability to be in a relationship and love more than one person at a time. Okay, I have more. Y'all want to hear more? You got a question?
Where does pimping fall in it all?
I don't know. And I'm from the Bay, bro, you know. Pimping ain't on the list. Pimping ain't easy, it ain't on the list. You know, pimping involves manipulation a lot of the time. You know, a person, the pimp may have more of a harem, right? And that's, you know, some people want to do that. But, you know, where one person just wants to collect people, collect partners, collect mates, and they don't really step outside of that. That's more aligned with pimping. You know, I'm from the Bay, Oakland, California, so you don't have to talk about pimping. But that's not what type of time we're on. All right. So you have open versus closed polyamorous relationships. Open is, closed is, all right, I'm just making this up, okay? Say 3 of us, we together, we in a relationship, okay? Closed means we're only seeing each other and not seeing anybody else. It's just us 3. Open means we're in a relationship, but we're allowed to date other people as we see fit and have new connections with other people. Types of structures. So there's polycules, but you'll mostly on TV. I don't know if y'all seen that show, From Couple to Throuple. Okay, that just sucked. But it wasn't a good representation of polyamory. But you'll have polycules. So that's what you saw in Couple to Throuple is triads. And triads, usually closed triads in that situation. So you have a couple and they're looking for their unicorn, right? They're considered unicorn hunters. And this is problematic in the polyamory community because they don't really see that other person for 2 reasons. They don't see that other person as a whole human being. Usually they just want them for a specific purpose and have all these rules and regulations, right? Whereas in reality, you're not bringing someone else into your relationship. You're formulating whole new relationships. It's person A and person B, person B and person C, person A and person C, and A, B, and C. Those are 4 different relationships. So just think about it. It's right. So maybe I'll pause, or should I keep going? Maybe try. That's on my list of things. Okay, you can also date separately. So that means that you and your partners don't have to share space with each other. Y'all ain't gotta sleep together. Y'all ain't gotta kick it together. She don't have to know or spend time with her. You know, people date separately. And then there's hierarchical versus non-hierarchical, where it's like, okay, hierarchical, you have your primary partner, and then you have your secondary people under that. And nothing that these secondary people do can impact the primary relationship. And then you have non-hierarchical, where it's just like, I value everybody that I'm relating with and partnering with, equally to a degree, as much as can be managed. What else? There's so much to say. I'm going to pause because I'm talking a lot. I'll pass it or open pause. Y'all want me to keep going? Pass it. All right.
There's about 17 million people in the U.S. that identify as having a polyamorous relationship, and of course that number is growing because we're still doing studies, we're still doing surveys, and all of that. So this has kind of been it's been around since the dawn of time, right? It's more about, I really touched on a little bit last time about socioeconomics and how more people together help raise families, there's more money involved. But it's just that it's just not always about the sex, right?
That resource building is not the foundation of polyamory. That's more so polygamy, where people are coming together, getting married, combining resources, People who are polyamorous can choose to do that. However, the foundation of polyamory is connection. You have the ability and desire to love and connect with more than one person at a time. If y'all choose to share resources and build an empire, that's up to you. Okay.
You got a question? I got a question. Hold that thought. Dave.
Don't ask me about pimping. I ain't
Dave.
know.
Dave, you need the mic.
No, I just had a question.
Go ahead.
If someone was interested in all the polys and wanted to maybe learn more and or I don't know, partake in that? Are there places you can go online? Any apps out there available?
There might be places actually in Pittsburgh, but I'm gonna let the experts answer that.
I know online there's something called Black and Poly. I highly recommend that. There are books as well, Poly Secure, More Than Two, you know. So before you embark upon this, if you're curious, really educate yourself before, because you can hurt people doing this if you're not educated and don't really have any ethics about it.
You seem like you're like this is your jam, like you're like
I'm not a jam, you know me.
I know, but like how long have you been studying this for context?
Yeah, so for context, I was in a 17-year monogamous structured relationship. Still love that brother to death. And we broke up in September 2021. And I was always interested in it, I think, but I just didn't have the language. I didn't hear the word polyamory. I didn't know what it was. But throughout my life, I was pointing to different situations where it's just like, yeah, it would be cool to do that. But I didn't know that that was the thing. So I'd say I've been exploring and studying and reading, educating myself, learning about it, practicing it for like 2 years.
You were gonna add?
Oh no. I have some resources and books you can read. She mentioned Poly Secure, there's Open Deeply, there's The Ethical Slut. There's The African American Guide to Ethical Non-Monogamy by Taylor Sparks.
Start all over with the 3 books.
Okay.
Run.
I'm sorry. Poly Secure,
Poly Secure,
Open Deeply,
Open Deeply,
The Ethical Slut.
Ethical Slut.
And then there's by Taylor Sparks, The African American Guide to Ethical Non-Monogamy, the How, Why, and With Whom to Explore and Expand Your Love Style.
Okay. And you got the next question. Where's the is there places local, like in-person places where folks can
So we
is
have
there places where they can go?
Yes.
So
we do have a few lifestyle clubs here in Pittsburgh. We have the Body Shop. They have like a Freaky Friday, which is like a newcomer every 3rd Friday of the month. So you can go check it out. We'll get into these clubs. You don't have to do anything. You can go mingle, watch, whatever vibe. I will have to say at these clubs you are safer than going out to other clubs. They did a study where a woman went to a club and was touched over 200 times. At these clubs, you are not touched unless you want to be touched. You wear nothing. You can have on gear, you can have on whatever, and you're not allowed to touch unless you consent to it. There's another one called DJs. It's more in Beaver, Butler area. And there's more developing. So there's different websites like FedLife. You can find different things going on.
This is, when you go into this field, you got to really open your mind. A lot of times we're closed-minded. A lot of folks are really unhappy, but they don't want to open their mind. But at the same time, they don't want to open their voice either and speak what they really want. Because there's a lot of times people want different options and different things, but they don't want to have, and I hate saying this over and over again, but they don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation. It shouldn't be uncomfortable when you with your partner or partners. It should never be. But unfortunately, a lot of us want to tiptoe on that line. We don't want to have that conversation like, I don't like this. Like I told my wife, like I want to go to Germany. I want to go to red light district. I'm trying to go to red light district to be a straight hole. I told her that. There was no cut card. She looked at me like, you crazy. No, I'm like, I'm serious. It's on my bucket list. But it shouldn't be a comfortable conversation when you're talking to that person or those persons that you're with. A lot of times we're just, and I hate to say it, we're killing ourselves inside because we live in somebody else's expectation. We're not living our own. For those that are, they be committed, but for those that are not. So when you go into this lifestyle, first you got to check yourself. Figure out, are you ready to hold this? Because this is a lot to manage. Most of us can't manage ourselves, let alone trying to manage 2-3 other people. Getting our feelings and getting jealous. So it's a lot of things out there. So it's an emotional connection we got to be ready for. So,
is there anyone in the room interested in maybe tipping her toe in a poly lifestyle? And Amber? Doctor. You want to share? You want to grab the mic? Yeah, they said you wanted to share. Can you pass
Thank you, Dave. Well, for me, like with my discussions with my people about poly, it's more so me wanting to have relationships with multiple men. And for me, that doesn't mean that they're sexual relationships, but I have a number of people in my life that I love a lot and I really care about, and they all bring something different to my life because I'm a very multifaceted person, and I think it's unrealistic for me to expect that one person give me everything that I'm looking for. I think that's not fair to them, and it's not fair to me. And I don't want to be out here cheating because I'm like, oh, well, I love him, but then this person brings this to my life, so I'm up front. I'm like, listen, I like you, but I like this person too, and I'm not going to stop liking him because I met you, and I just want to let you know so you can decide right now if you want to participate or evacuate.
Hey. So, real quick, Dave Bracy is the co-founder of Bear on Flow, and if you have not heard, they just had a beer festival in USA. Today ranked the #1 beer festival in the country. They had last month over 3,000 people who attended the fest in the Strip District. So this is your 5 year 6? 7? God damn, we get old. Okay, so this guy pays black people, so I heard. You want to trademark that? You might as well, as much as you use it. All right, so the question was, is there anybody else in the room who's thinking about maybe dabbling into the poly life? Somebody want to say something?
It's a safe space too, so you don't have to be scared. It's a safe space.
What you say?
Don't do it.
I hear you.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Wait a minute. Hold up. What did you want to say?
It's very challenging. So my husband and I have been married for 19 years. And poly was something that we dabbled in. We entertained, did a lot of reading and a lot of research. And I'm not interested in other men. I was curious about women. So I did find a girlfriend. It was a close poly meeting. We were all dating each other and everything else. It became difficult for the other woman because she kept them like real, had a lot of complaints. She wanted to be first. So her first was her own words. And she wanted to get married. She said to us one night, "It's not fair that you're the wife." So I went to the ceremony and I packed a dress and a ring. So maybe there was a little mental health on that side, but what became challenging was like splitting the time. I guess for both of us, it was really hard, and boundaries. It was a lot of neediness, a lot of asking. I said it on the money. We're not going to give you money. You're going to be a part of our life. You're independent. We have children, so you can't just pop up and sleep on the couch if you feel like it. It lasted a little while, but it was too much. So, it was fun, but...
Is this something that y'all would maybe entertain doing again with someone more stable?
It was sure maybe.
Depends.
Depends.
It depends on if there's going to be a headache or not, like the last one.
And also the safety about health, too. I was very, we had a lot of conversations, hey, let's go get checked together. We do anything. And I think that was weird for her, a little controlling, but, I have health problems and I just wanted to be safe. So it was a lot of initial conversations rather than just jumping into it for us. So, but at the end it was hard. So.
Thank you for sharing.
Hey, Medina.
So I have a couple things. So one is, even though polyamory does not equate to cheating with permission, can people in polyamorous relationships cheat? Yes, they can cheat. What is cheating? You're going outside of the bounds, expectations, and agreements of that relationship. So the key is you can design your relationships however you want, as long as whomever you're dealing with is in alignment with what type of time you want. And then I would also say, again, for me personally, I recommend if someone's trying to explore polyamory, do it as a single person. I think it's challenging to trying to start a new relationship with another person while you already are in a relationship with somebody else. So, on my polyamorous journey, I ended my 17-year relationship. I was single, wasn't dealing with nobody for a while, and then I thought, what do I want? And so I had the time and space to explore this thing that's been on my mind for several years. And so I made the choice to go ahead and do that, starting as a single person. And I personally, I'm only interested in men, and I date everyone separately. That's my style. And I don't want to meet people's girlfriends, wives, anything like that. I don't need to know her, but she needs to know of me, and I need to know of her. But we don't have to be in the same space.
So wait a minute, since I might be confused. So you can have two different men who don't know each other at all, and they still consider poly?
Yes. So a good thing to do is you vet. Like when I it's the same.
How?
There's different structures, right? There's something where like people don't like it's like a don't ask, don't tell.
Well, how's it poly if like folks don't know about each other?
They do know about each other.
When it's like we're together and I'm like I'm gonna go on a date. You don't need to know Demon's name, his birthday. You don't need to meet him.
Right.
It
There's different, but again, also every polyamorous relationship doesn't start off with a primary couple, two people together. Right? Some people, again, are single, they meet this person, they meet this person, they may meet this person, they're interested in getting to know and building connection with all three of those people, and no one is the primary person. That's called non-hierarchical polyamorous relating. I do. And I'm concerned about the brothers, because some brothers be willing to just jump on in, don't know my status. Do you want to know my status? I want you to know, and I want to know your status. So that's a requirement for me. For any sexual engaging, I need to see test results, and I'm going to show you mine, up-to-date results.
Okay, we got, I think, a comment and a question, or maybe two comments. Amber, you're next.
My comment was, the general umbrella is equitable non-monogamy, so that's why, did you say that earlier? Okay.
Right before you came in, yeah. Okay. So, maybe I didn't hear that part, the ethical non-monogamy. Gotcha, because you said like 12 different variations. I mean, you confused the hell out of Ashley. Ashley was trying to take notes. What'd you say? Oh, okay, I bet you did it. All right.
I just kind of wanted to add on what she said earlier and then what you all were just saying over there about there's different dynamics and how you said that in your dynamic, you all were dating each other. Because when I talk to men about it, their first thing is, I ain't into no gay shit. And I'm like, I'm not asking y'all, I'm not saying y'all gotta have sex. Like, if y'all want to kiss, that's your own business. But I like you and I like you. Y'all don't have to, like, we're not, I'm not saying like we're going on dates. We're not getting matching outfits and going to Kennywood. But like, I want to have my time with this person and I also want to have my time with this person. But also, again, for me, in my poly situations, it's not always sexual. Sometimes we have different types of bonds that are very important for me to have in my life, and I'm not willing to sacrifice or remove those bonds because I'm in a romantic relationship with somebody else. And I have noticed that in different periods of my life, like I'll say my poly level changes depending on who I'm dealing with. So I'm gonna use Day as an example. We're not in a relationship at all. I might meet Day and be like, wow, I really like him, so I want to spend more time with him. So I might, pay less attention to or not be as interested in meeting other people at the time because I want to focus more on this. So I also go through periods in my life where I just want to be with one person, but I like to know that if I want to explore other options or if things change, I have the ability to do that. Because also, I'm 45 and I ain't got time for nobody's shit of my own.
All right. Yeah. Dave?
So really just to piggyback on everything that Dr. Hollywood has been saying, and also as a question, can you touch on relationship anarchy and how that's different from polyamory and or how it plays into it?
Relationship anarchy. Never heard of that.
Okay, so I just know a little bit about this. So one thing I also want to say is you can be polyamorous and not be dating anybody. Okay, it's more about like who you feel that you are, your relation, your style of relating to people versus like what you're actually doing. So you can be polyamorous and just be seeing one person. Also, there's a term ambiamorous, where you're comfortable in a monogamous or polyamorous relationship. That's the thing too. So relationship anarchy, from how I understand it, is, so anarchy is you're just kind of like against rules and hierarchy. And so in relationship anarchy, it's under the umbrella of ethical non-monogamy, and it basically means that I don't value any one of my connections more than the other. So, and that's not just romantically. That means like my homegirl, or one of my best friends, my parents, one or two partners that I may have, friends. No one is elevated above anyone else, and you get to design the structure of the relationships that you're in. And they can move kind of fluidly. So a friend to a relationship anarchist, it might include kissing, it might not. They kind of make their own rules in regards.
Did you forget
to
about
things.
me?
But I think primarily it's against hierarchy and all your relationships in your life that are close to you, that you value, kind of similar to what you're talking about, Amber. No one's placed above anyone else.
Somebody, go ahead. Somebody have a comment or question?
Well, in the meantime, like y'all talked about sexual health plans and you have that question, it's so important. It really is. Like people are gonna have their own sexual health plans. It's gonna differ from person to person, but I think it's at least important for you to know someone's status and they know yours. Recent test results change those results, especially in monogamous relating or if you're single and dating, and especially if you're polyamorous and maybe have a sexual relationship with more than one person.
So Dion, right? It's not a lot of men in here, but I know you always share a lot, right? Tell the fellas why it's so important to like verbalize what they want, even sexually from their partner. Like even things that quote unquote niggas on Frankstown Ave probably would think is like taboo. I said niggas on Frankstown Ave or Frankstown Road.
I mean, it's very important, like I was saying earlier, to have, unfortunately, what we call uncomfortable conversations. You only get to live this life thing once. So if you can't voice what you want, then you're going to suffer in silence. So it's very important for you as a man or as a woman to be vocal about what you want. And like I said, if that's your partner, if that's really your ride or die, that's not really the person that really fuck with you, then they should be open to whatever you want to tell them without any judgment. If they not, y'all need to have a serious conversation. That's why I can go to my wife and say, I want to go to red light district, and I want to fuck as many motherfuckers as I can. I had this conversation. We've been together almost 20 years, married almost 13.
What'd she say?
She said I was crazy, but I told her I was going to do it, so I don't give a fuck. But still. But it's not about her wants, it's my wants. It's about, who? Who are you pointing at? That's not my wife. Okay, but that's why I'm being honest with her, though. But that's something I want to do. She's already done that. And I'm still there. No, this is before she did that. She's done that already.
But that's the relationship.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody's dynamic is different. So you can't just see, just if we take our sights off of other people's yards and focus solely on yourself, what you desire, you will live a lot longer. But a lot of times when we look at things out of pre-notions, what we see other people do or what we've heard, my dynamics is totally different. Is she okay to do whatever with all her fantasy? And she and I asked her, like she's done multiple things that I didn't like what she did.
Like what? Like what?
Say it again?
She said like what?
You said like what?
Boy to the
Oh, I'm just saying, she had multiple relationships with different people that I didn't agree with. But we still stay together because, like I told her, I've been married before. My first time I fucked up. First time I wasn't right. All right? I'm 8 years older than my wife, so it still takes she was trying to learn and grow and trying to understand herself. So as she was making those mistakes, I wasn't mad that she was doing them. I was mad because she wasn't being honest because I knew she was doing them. Because I've been there before. So that's why I can have these conversations with her, because this is what I feel, this is what I want to do. So before I leave this earth, I'm going to Germany. I'm going to the red light district, and I'm going to have a big ass time. I'm going to bring my ass back home. Because that's what I said. If she don't like it, she can leave, but I'm being honest. I don't know. I'm trying to go to Germany soon, so I don't know. Did she know this before the marriage? Yes. So, some backstory. Before I moved to Georgia, all right, before we got married, because I just retired the military in 2022. Before we left Maryland, I told her, which is my girlfriend, I said, look, we moved to Georgia, to Atlanta. I said, when we go to Atlanta, I'm going to be a hoe. This is what I told her. I said, if you don't want to go with me, you stay in Maryland with our daughter, but if you go to Atlanta with me, I'm going to be a hoe. She moved down to Atlanta with me. I was transparent. But once again, you have to have those conversations because you're not going to know. She came in, the bitch got married. Then I got to Atlanta, then I found out about the AIDS, and then I found out some other stuff, and then I said, fuck it, I'm not playing in the street, but I ain't feel like it. So then I got married. So.
Like you're playing in a red light district.
I am. It is, but it's on my bucket list.
Now you can't wrap it up.
Yeah, see?
What? Sexual health plan. Oh, right, and more than right.
There's a crap. If you don't have to bring up.
But we're gonna make fun. Right.
All right, Friday.
So in your dynamic, so very alpha, very sure what you want to do. If your wife said that something was making her uncomfortable, would you be willing to sit down and have game time or couch time? As she said, hey, I don't want you to go to Germany. Would you wouldn't listen to that, or would you have the conversation?
I was listening, I'm still home. I'm still honest. It's on my bucket list.
There's nothing else.
No, one of the things? Yeah, no.
Your process. Gotcha. What do you think of that? Yeah. Tina, what you think of that?
I asked him a question about the right feel ahead of time. I think marriage is a level of respect no matter what your beliefs are. So I feel like if your wife can't stand where she's coming from and respect, so that's just how I feel.
Can you say that out loud?
I said, she wants you to come to
You gotta say that so everybody can hear me.
No, I was just asking if she was going to travel with you, like, would you be okay with that? And y'all could be.
She said, you're suspicious. You sound suspicious to me. I'm kidding.
You tell my mom a different side.
So, like, you know, every relationship is structured differently. And to be polyamorous, you gotta be able to communicate well, communicate as much upfront as possible, but also know, like, you're human. Y'all are humans. Y'all are gonna grow. Y'all are gonna change. What you want today might be different than what you want 6 months from now. So y'all can't just do it all in the front. Y'all gotta have constant check-ins with whomever it is that you're in relationship with. So if they had an agreement that, okay, yeah, we get to see other people and we get to go do this and that with other people, then that's what it is. That's what, she agreed to. In polyamory, you also have to value your own and other people's independence and autonomy. That's like a foundational value. If you hella possessive, it's gonna be hard. If you deal with a lot of jealousy, envy, and insecurity, those are normal things that come up in any
relationship, right? They're normal. But if you like heavy on that, if you're heavy in monogamous thinking, and if you feel like you should be able to control your partner and tell them you can't do this, you can't do that, it's not about making rules. You can have boundaries for yourself. So that may mean, yo, if you go to the red light district and do A, B, and C, okay, cool. That means I may need a transitional period and I would prefer not to have sex with you for a good week after you come back.
A good week.
I would want to see a test before we engage again, but also, using condoms, all that stuff. I'm very much so an advocate of sexual health plan. So whatever the sexual health plan is that y'all agree to, do that. And then if you go outside of that, say you go to the red light district, I ain't saying this is what you're going to do, and you have sex with somebody without protection. Then that's something you need to tell your partner about. You need to let them know about things that may impact them. So, and then, somebody asked about jealousy, envy, insecurity, right? Okay, so jealousy, envy, insecurity are normal. It comes up. A term that you'll hear in polyamorous communities is compersion. And compersion is when you experience joy from your other partner experiencing joy with other people. But that's not a requirement. You don't have to get there. You don't have to be like, oh, my partner's off with, his girlfriend. I love it! You don't have to be like that. You can be yourself, but you want to get to a space of neutrality and acceptance, meaning this is what's happening and I can accept what's happening. And if you do feel feelings of jealousy, envy, or insecurity, you need to sit with that and interrogate what is the root of this. Oftentimes when people experience jealousy, envy, or insecurity, it's either something within them or they feel like they're missing out on something. So say for instance, you're married and he got a new girlfriend and he's spending a lot of time with her. You might feel a sense of jealousy or envy because they're getting time that you may want for yourself. So that means you have a conversation, sit on it, think about it, and see whether you need to bring this conversation with them and say, oh, you're seeing so-and-so Tuesday and Thursday. I really enjoyed that night with you too, or just negotiate for more time is what I'm saying. So let's see what the root issue is and then go from there. Decide if you need to sit with yourself and just let the emotions process through them and let it wash over you. If you need to talk to a friend or a therapist, or if it's something that you need to bring to your partner or partners. Everything is to be discussed with your partner. You don't have to talk about all of your feelings. Some of the feelings are to be felt and processed through, and then you move forward because you've chosen polyamorous relating. So it involves other people.
And during those instances, do an act of self-care.
Trying to get self-soothing.
I was gonna say, if those feelings arise, you can do stuff like self-care and prioritize yourself.
Yes, let me know which friend.
It's coming. It's coming.
So at the end of the day, it didn't work for you. After 17 years, it didn't work. Shanann tried it, it didn't work. And it didn't work. The relationship did not work at the end of the day.
No.
The non-relationship didn't work. We broke up, and I heard a lot of different stories about it not working. So I heard a lot of different stories about that not working. I'm just curious of how, a lot of people go into, I know a couple of couples or business, so they do it strictly for business, opposed to, like I said, there's not all sex. So how do you prefer that with everything else?
So some people do poly because that's what they want. Some people do it for business reasons, to share expenses, right? 3 adults as opposed to 2 in a household, or 3 or more, excuse me.
Yeah, people can do that if they want. It's just you don't have to. You don't have to live with all your partners, right? There's something called solo polyamory, where a person basically prefers to live by themselves, may or may not want to get married, don't want to have children, and don't want to commingle finances. But they want to be in connection with more than one person at a time. And there are some people who decide to live together, share expenses, share bills, and da-da-da-da. So, that's their choice.
All right, can I say something?
Y'all finally got them warmed up, right? He been itching.
No, I just want to know what I am. Because I don't know all those words.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm a single man, right? And my wife died 19 years ago. And never found another woman that could fit her shoes. And I've been over 25 years. So I'm real picky. And I'll be 62 on Saturday. So I didn't come this far. I mean, I was an engineer at Carnegie Mellon for 42 years. I'm retired. And I got a couple pictures. I got property. And I didn't come this far to throw my dick up on the crap table and hope I come up 7. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I love myself. Not to risk my life. I come too far. You know what I mean? If I get with a woman, I want to check. Because you can have protection, but still catch the herpes. You know what I mean? With protection on. You know what I mean? No, I'm just saying. Because y'all talking about this wear protection, multiple partners. I'm single. I didn't know this was a relationship thing. So I'm just saying my part, because I'm single.
So you said you was going to tell us who are you so that they can tell you what box you're in.
Exactly. So
we got the single part.
So I didn't have pussy by the pound in my lifetime. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. I didn't have. When I was young, I had too much pussy.
Hold up. No. What is pussy by the pound? They want to know what pussy by the pound is.
A lot of pussy. So listen. I'm almost done. So now I'm like in a relationship with myself. You know what I mean? And with God. And when God sends me the right woman, that's what I'm made with. But I'm not going out here trying to. But I go out and have tons of fun. Does
that mean you fucking?
Yeah, I'm fucking. But listen, I'm not fucking like I used to fuck. I will rub one off. Because it'll be safe for me. You know what I mean? But I am fucking. Don't get it wrong. So my number is. All jokes aside, I'm really in a relationship with me and getting better with God. You know what I mean? And then you see the right person, you know what I mean? But I will have sex once in a while. But it's going to be super sex. Super safe sex. I want to get the pussy. I want to make sure this shit is right. Yeah. Say it.
They said they don't make sure your dick was hard.
Oh, you motherfucker right. I can go right here now. One time, you should be
Ladies, is there any ladies in the room interested in older men? I'm going to tell you this right now. My mom is not interested in older men. She dated guys my age before, so I already know. The only thing old my mom wants is money.
So, I don't have $1 bills tonight. Everybody, I'm making rain on me. So, it sounds like you know who you are, brother. You are single and you're fucking. That's not polyamorous.
I'm fucking like I used to fuck. It ain't number one choice.
Either way,
I
you're
used to chase
single.
pussy. I don't chase pussy. I'm gonna have fun.
You fucking
I want to have fun. Pussy ain't number one priority to me. I want to go on. I want to travel. I want to be comfortable with somebody and be happy, make me smile, make me laugh. You know what I mean? All that. It ain't just about sex with me.
So there's, well, I mentioned.
So what am I?
I just told you, you single and fucking. You said it very clear. I mean,
the name of it. You just said names about everybody fucking 19.
He wants a label. He wants a label.
He's dying fucking.
You're single. So you can do what you want.
No,
You're
so
single.
all of those things you're saying is relationship-wise.
Speaking, yeah. So, okay, the difference between what you're talking about and like solo polyamory, which I mentioned, okay? Solo polyamory is when a person, say, one person, they want to be their own primary partner, they're focused on themselves, right? They don't want to commingle finances, may not want to get married, don't want to have children, lives by themselves. Generally, that's a solo polyamorous person, and you date or in relationship with who you want. But people sometimes confuse solo polyamory with somebody just being single, because it's one person and they're dating multiple people or have multiple partners. But the difference is that you can be in relationship with multiple people. You can be committed to multiple people. It's about how you define commitment. So with a person may not define commitment as getting married, having children, moving in together, that kind of thing, sharing bank accounts. A person might not define commitment that way. Commitment, in this way can be more based on, okay, me and you, we rocking. We love each other. We're doing life together. We emotionally support each other. You're my boo. I'm your bae. Like, that's what it can be, and you can have more than one of those. But from what you described of yourself, I'd say you're single and you're having sex. That's it. So again, you can see multiple people and we have commitments with multiple people. But that's not you. That's not who you are. You're single. I'm fucking. I'm really single.
So you call me a hoe. So you just call me a hoe.
Well, if you want a relationship to determine what you are, do you want a relationship with one person, or do you want a relationship, or are you open to a relationship with multiple people?
He said, because Jesus was like some holy hoe. That's funny. That's so funny. I shouldn't even say it. Hey, I'm a holy hoe.
We touched on this before with terminology. So you said you're looking for emotional connections, or you don't get excited by anything. So I was saying,
Right,
exactly.
Right. I'm very picky.
Single man talk.
I should have said it like that. Because I'm labeled single and just out.
You can't take it back now.
No, they ain't like that. She asked me, do I have sex? I said, yeah. But very little, because it ain't important to me no more. You know what I mean? It's not.
So based off of what you heard tonight, is anyone thinking about stepping their toe into the water?
I'm just single and fucking.
But not in a poly. Just single and fucking.
Whatever you plan on doing in your life, that's fine. You have your choice, whatever makes you happy. Me personally, I have my relationship for 6 years. I have not had sex for 6 years. Now, it's my choice, because I don't want to have, when I meet my forever partner, then I'm going to say, I've had her. You understand what I'm saying? I'm being the forever partner right now while I'm single. I'm learning how to plant. I'm learning how to lose my weight. I'm learning how to build my business. I'm doing things other than being single and fucking, because at the end of the day, I am not going to be someone's not. I mean, that's not going to probably not going to say, well, I had her. Okay, I'm hungry, so I her. Okay, boo.
I understand what you're saying, but like looking around the room, like I know, and it's not you, but like we're in our 40s and 50s and 50 plus. Like like I saw this question on Facebook a few weeks ago, and I'm like, there's still people still answering that question. Like, does it matter how many partners somebody had before somebody came in their life? I'm like, why do I care about that? Like, why would anybody care about that, Dave?
I have a question. Is it true that every time you get a clean STD test, your body count resets to 0?
I think that's false, but I think that's false.
Dave, we got the truck outside for you. Just for you.
Young man, you're a relationship expert. You're not?
I've been fucked up a few of them.
You want to add anything to the conversation?
About
Sex. Holly.
Which loud do you want to talk to? Just you right now or the back of the day?
I don't know if we can handle the back in the day one.
probably not.
Anybody else like the mic real quick before I...
Greg, I know Greg got something for you.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Greg, get the mic, Greg.
So we talking polyamory?
Yeah, we're talking about whatever you want, as long as it deals with relationships and sex.
Marriage is fucked up.
And come over towards that, you're next to the speaker.
Next to the mic. But you gotta work just to have sex sometimes, yeah? I don't know. I thought it was a food truck, honestly, when I walked in. I was like, oh, that's a nice ass food truck, huh? And there was rainbow dicks. That's a dick. I wasn't ready for the dicks. I just wasn't. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? They have dicks all over the place. No. Sex is an amazing thing, and you should be able to speak to your partner about the shit that you like. Sometimes, as men, we don't have a safe space to say exactly what we want, or we feel like we have to placate to almost get what we want. And we will lie to our partners and tell somebody who don't mean shit the truth, just to get some ass. I think you should be able to tell your partner, this is what I did. Let's try this shit. You might not like it. If you don't, then cool. Right? But let's try this shit. You know. But it'll never be mama's turn. Anyway.
Speaking of trying things, fellas, are you guys open to using toys or toys being used on you? No, we already know about you. What you say, Greg? Hey, y'all want to hear from Greg?
I'll say yes.
That's all. You don't got any more to add to that?
It just depends on what we're doing. It all depends on what we're doing.
So they can play with they can put a toy on you?
They may not be open to a toy, but they definitely open with a finger, and they will say your name. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. You know what? I'm 71.
That's usually Bernard. I'm trying to listen.
And you know what? If you want some sex, you gotta pay me today. Like, damn,
play with yourself, right?
I never said with my soul, but I do like tongue though. I say I like tongue, yeah, shit, hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I ain't shutting on at all. Hell no. Shit.
What you say?
They don't want to accept it.
You say do what you want
Right. Mama says you got to pay for it if you want that thing. I appreciate it. Okay. Just two things. One
Don't let
is,
the spray your pull you, baby.
oh, she said I'm still active. So one thing is, again, you can be sexually conservative or not be having sex and still be polyamorous. It's about relating, love, connection, not sex, right? Second thing, I feel like this is a sex positive space. Yeah. This might be controversial to some may agree or disagree, but in terms of the question about brothers or men and anal play, okay, it's possible for a man to want his prostate stimulated, you know what I'm talking about? But it's possible for a man to want his prostate stimulated or be penetrated and still be heterosexually attracted to women. Those things are possible. There might be a controversial statement, or someone might automatically say, oh, if you like that, then you swing that way. But there's a difference between who you're sexually attracted to and the type of pleasure that you enjoy.
Right. Because the erectile tissue of the penis actually extends further underneath the balls. That's why it's really pleasurable to have knuckles or a vibrator there. You can actually give a man a full body orgasm by putting a vibrator under there and applying some pressure on the gooch without actually. Look at these So you can have a whole full body orgasm without actually stimulating or sticking a finger in there.
The gooch is the runway and space between the penis and the asshole. So that little strip, that's the gooch. It has a technical name, I can't remember what it is. Oh, yes.
So let me ask you a question. So it's a possibility with any sex, like, so it could be like with women, you can have, that's, there's no gender is the dominant one. There's no way. I mean, I want to be the dominant one, but like, I can't meet someone that's already married. Y'all got secret notes in there. You know what I mean? When it comes to.
Are you talking about all people having sex together? It's not okay. If you've been with somebody for 15 years, of course, it's not that hierarchy is all bad, right? If you've been with somebody for 15 years and y'all are enmeshed in certain ways, maybe y'all got kids together, y'all got a life together, y'all doing this together, y'all rocking together, then of course, a new person in your lives may not be on that same level, okay? So, but like I said, you don't have to start out with a partner and then you're looking for somebody else. You can be a single person and have multiple relationships.
Let me be a little transparent.
Or not single, but by yourself and have
Let me be a
multiple
little
relationships.
safe space. Let me be a little transparent. So,
It's just, you're on video so people can't work out.
So, my son's father, we've been separated for 12 years. Very good friend of mine. Very good friend of mine, okay? Now, note, that's not his biological son. He jumped in when he was 3. Because I had a son. And he had no parents. So, he's willing to be there for me even though I don't want him sexually. But my protection and the family aspect, that's what he deserves. So I gave him ultimatum. And he's going to make it come forefront. However, I told him, I'm outside of my business. You're 5'1", 125 pounds, but you can't protect me out here. So what I do is, you're in home. I mean, you're inside. I mean, outside. for business reasons, protection reasons, because I've, had some things happen to me in the community. So that would be my, and then he's not emotional. He's very good there, pretty much financially, but not emotionally. So in my situation, I would find someone that's protective of me coming outside of my business and everybody come over, kids, a little something, drink a little something, talk a little something, and maybe I trust that person enough to be somebody I would be intimate with. Only. That's just not for me. You should call me in my 20s and in my 30s, what I'm saying? But being almost 54, that's how it works. But I'm looking for protection outside of it. That's one of those play about.
Yeah, well, what you talking about? Okay, so if I gathered everything correctly, okay, you and your child's father, y'all may be platonic partners. Okay, right? That's like me and my son's father. We don't play about each other, love each other. That's my homie, my brother, my friend, confidant, all those things. And we're not romantically involved anymore. But it's above friendship. Like the relationship is deeper. Yeah, there's loyalty, all of that, right? So then you also, if you would want someone that don't play about you, can protect you, that's the type of partner you might be seeking. And you might want somebody to cuddle with. As long as you're single, you're just single. You're able to do those things. True.
Your thing is, you're going to go to Germany, you're going to go to the red light district, you're going to fuck as many people as you want. Because she, once a year, fulfill whatever fantasy that she may have, even if it's just once a year, like my man in the dreads, like I've been trying to get him for 3 years, she ready for him. You okay with that?
If she was to be transparent and be honest, then I can be open with that, because we talked about having actual, like,
be open, but would you be...
I mean, if she had that conversation and she's something she wanted to do, I can see myself, because I already overcame multiple other people already. So our bond is not going nowhere. Like, we're connected no matter what we go through. We may never, no, we don't. It's just something she wanted to go through at that time. It's her phase. Like I said, she's 8 years younger than me. So what she went through, I had already went through my previous marriage. So I already saw what she was doing. They weren't even in the same state, but I could feel the energy. So I already knew what she was doing. She's gonna be honest and tell me. So if she has that conversation, she'll be open. We can move that direction.
So adultery is not a deal breaker for you?
No.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jay Carter. I'm the owner of Vision Eye Care Services. I'm a mobile opticianry providing eyeglasses and contact lenses throughout the Pittsburgh community. I can be reached on Instagram, Facebook, and also on my website at vision.eyecareservices.org.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Keisha and I own Eye Candy Artistry. It's located in Monroeville, PA, and we specialize in full-body waxing, facials, brows, and lash extensions. If you want to get in contact, all you have to do is look up on Instagram or Google Eye Candy Artistry, and that's EYEKANDIE Artistry. Thank you.
Oh, just about what we're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hi, I'm with Central Outreach Wellness Center, and we are doing HIV and STI testing today, checking for syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, HIV. And if you get tested, you actually get a sex toy. Lots to choose from, whether it be rainbow, pink, or a red rose. We're making sure people get taken care of with their sexual health, with free condoms, information about HIV prevention and care, making sure that people get on PrEP today and get educated about HIV and STIs. With that said, if you're not on PrEP, HIV prevention, I can actually get it to you in your hand today and be able to make sure that you have a prescription in the future. No insurance, no problem. We want to take care of our people and stop the spread of HIV. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Our number is 412-515-0000. We're down on the right outside of Pittsburgh, across the 9th Street Bridge, 127 Anderson Street. And the zip, I believe, is 15212.
Yes, sir.
What'd you say?
Website.
Website. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not 51212. I don't live in Pittsburgh anymore, but
Don't worry about it.
I believe it's just centraloutreach.com. Yep.
Okay.
Come see us, and we'll be here all night till 9 o'clock tonight, and we hope to see you in the future.